How's it going?
I'm quite okay. How
Cool.
are how are you doing?
I'm quite okay. That's a good way to put it. I'll go with that too. Mhm.
Um, well, it's nice to meet you again.
Yes, when
Um,
did we meet before?
uh, it's about a year ago in Helsinki.
Oh my God, totally. That was such a great interview. I remember I almost cried, or I did cry. Awesome. Cool.
Yeah,
Well,
that was a fun little talk, and it was interesting to um, see your Kickstarter happening live this time because before I didn't really know you guys.
yeah, that was crazy. That was just crazy. It was amazing.
I'm guessing you were pretty blown away how it went this time.
Completely. Like, I still can't believe it. It happened so quickly, you know? Like
Yeah.
the last night we did a live stream for 7 hours. And by the end of it, we'd hit this crazy goal that was this big, huge stretch goal that we never thought we would reach. And I'm still in shock whenever anyone brings it up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to see that like a independent band like you guys are like so well supported.
It's really nice to be well supported. It's really
Yeah.
nice to feel like we're not alone because independent can feel isolating, but with this fan base, it feels very communal. It feels like we all can do this together and we're not in this alone, which is really nice.
Yeah, and well, I'm personally, I'd say that the success of your Kickstarter campaigns and I presume your Patreon is just because everything feels so personal and well worked out and really thought through and stuff, which I kind of really appreciate because sometimes bands really jump on that and feels kind of half hassled.
Yeah. Do you
Um,
mean like you're talking like lyrically or like just general
just
presentation or what do you mean?
just general the campaign, like how you guys approach it, how you do it, what you offer. Like I just before our talk now, I went through the extensive list of all the different like rewards you had for the
Yeah.
Kickstarter, and it's
Yeah.
like
It was a lot. We kept adding them and fans kept making suggestions. They were like, we want to see this. So we're like, okay, we'll add that on. So it ended up being dozens of rewards, which is probably overwhelming for people like yourself who have to read through them all. But yeah, I think it's all about putting a piece of yourself into everything that you do. So I was the one who wrote those rewards. I wanted them to be interesting, engaging, fun, to have personality in them and not sound like a secretary wrote them.
yeah, it's not just like hey, we want your money.
Right. No. Hey, tell me about your post-it notes. I love post-it notes. What's on your wall?
Those are actually not mine.
Oh, okay.
My wife is working on her master thesis, and that's her mapping out of it.
Oh, I love it. That inspires me so much to see people's brains on the wall. I love that.
Yeah, there's a lot of tiny notes and really tiny writing.
Cool. Well, tell your wife I wish her the best of luck with her thesis.
We'll do. Um, no, yeah, like you just said, you reached that massive goal that you would have never expected, which resulted in you guys now having a little critter walking around there. How is the little pup doing?
She's good. She's sleeping in the next room, so might have to grab her if she wakes up. She's been great. She's better than I expected, but to be fair, Sean does all the hard work with her. Sean takes her out in the cold. Sean like gets all her energy out. I hold her when she's like cute and snuggly. So I definitely lucked out.
Just most of the time, but
Yeah, it's not as much as you'd think. She's snuggly like an hour a day, maybe.
okay.
Yeah.
Um, what I also was kind of wondering, like I know you have like a crazy dedicated icon army. Um, what I was kind of wondering about is how the responses have been to your album, like outside of your um, dedicated fans.
I love it that you think I know. I don't know. You tell me. I don't like. My sister sends me reviews, but I think she
Hmm.
only sends me good ones. So there's probably a lot of really crappy reviews that I do not know about. But I will say we have a distribution team helping us, and they're very excited about the numbers and the feedback. And I know
Okay.
Amorphous has hit 3 million streams, which it's been out for a week and a half, so that's great. Numbers, data is all good.
Yeah.
But I engage with and talk to our fan base online. I don't go on Reddit and read about
Yeah.
us. So I don't know. What do you think? What are people saying? You tell me.
No, I personally don't like. I personally know what I think. I don't know what others necessarily think, except for all the comments that I've
Yeah.
like seen on your posts and such.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, well, personally, I think it's I don't know. It's an interesting release. It feels like you really took like a leap forward. Like you've been just describing it in your kind of promo text on Kickstarter and so on, that it's sort of a new era for you guys.
Yeah.
And it kind of really feels like that
Yeah.
in colors, sounds, like less colorful, basically.
Yeah, we tried to be a little more elevated, a little more mature
Hmm.
this time.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to dye my hair because I thought this album has some textured, some nuance, and some darker themes that I thought I wanted my hair to be a little less bright and intense and neon and a little bit more like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, it all worked out. And I worked with my best friend on all the visuals, and she had a beautiful mind for it. She helped bring this vision to life. So that's why it was so elevated visually, and why the branding was cohesive and everything was firing on all cylinders, because it wasn't just me and Sean trying to do this like from our laptops. We had people helping us make it awesome, and musically we did try to take it to the next level. And every time, like, you don't know what you don't know. And so when we did our last album, You Can't Kill Us, I thought that was the coolest stuff we'd ever done. And now I listen back and I can hear what we should have done differently, and I'm sure it'll be the same with this album in a year or something. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like basically what you just said was everything that I sort of noted down. It all feels more, I don't know, more mature, grown up, and a bit more serious. Though I have to say, I had a lot of laughs with that little interlude rap bit more at the end of the album.
Yes.
It kind of
Yeah.
shows that in all the kind of seriousness and dark themes, that you obviously still want to just have fun with your music.
That's exactly, it was like a late night in the studio. Like
Yeah.
we were just kind of done for the day. And we're like, I've got this rap piece, let's try it. So it just knocked it out in one or two takes. And it is, people keep asking like, why did you put interludes on this album? And I'm like, well, why not? It's fun to do so. But also it
Yeah.
does show a different facet from the set. We usually are very serious and intense. And this was another part of us, which was cool to show.
Yeah. It's like a little palate cleanser.
Oh, I'm going to use that. That's good. I'm going to say that next time. I like that.
It was a nice little bit like that kind of sparked up that out there.
Okay, cool.
I also really liked like the whole production value of the videos and such. You really went like through the roof with that. That was quite impressive. Like your older videos were already kind of cool, but this time it kind of really went like nuts.
Dude, I mean, that was the Amazing Kickstarter campaign at work, was what that
Hmm.
was. So we just did one video before, and we didn't before the Kickstarter, and we're like, this might be the only video we get to make. We don't know. Let's just go for it. And then as the Kickstarter started doing well, we also know that our fans really love and appreciate the music videos. Like, they're fun for us to make, but our fans just eat them up. They love them. It's such a cool experience to bring the song to life. So we were telling them throughout the campaign, like, hey, the more we're able to raise through this, the cooler videos we can make. So that's exactly what that was. We made 5 music videos, 6 if you count an acoustic one. And that's like more than all of our previous videos combined, pretty much. It's crazy.
Yeah, it was really cool to see, and I guess it'll have attracted a lot of like new people as well.
Oh,
Um,
I hope so. That'd be
yeah.
cool. Yeah, I hope you're right.
Well, I think so, and especially like the songs that you kind of selected, they were all kind of, I don't know, they gave like a good overview of what you can expect from the band.
Yeah, it was a lot of singles, you know,
Hmm.
5 singles before an
Yeah.
album is, it's quite intense. But also, you know, everyone just releases singles nowadays anyway. So it seems that often if you don't release something as a single, majority of people will never hear it. So this was our
Yeah.
compromise of wanting to be single focused, but also wanting to give our fans an album. There was a while when we just released singles and we thought we could do that for a long time, but on part of the tour where I met you as well, but then the US tour before that, so many people were like, when is an album coming? And we're like, oh, you care about albums? Okay, we'll give you an album.
Yeah, I think the real fans will always care about like a full album and like having something in their hands and like make it
Yeah,
something special.
and we're learning, you know, this is just learning for us doing it independently. We're learning that if you have an album, it's like an anchor for all the other cool things you can do, that a single just doesn't have that power. But you can get more interesting press opportunities, you can make a whole campaign, like a Kickstarter campaign. You can just think about your art and the release of it. If you kind of present it as an album, it becomes larger than its sum of its parts. And so I think we're going to keep doing albums because the impact of this has been quite powerful.
Yeah, it's always an interesting to see how bands balance between that whole like one track short attention span thing and the old school albums. But
Right. And it's a
I
rock
think
thing too. You know, we're always,
mm,
everyone wants to be a pop band. Everyone pretends they're in the pop field. They don't want to be, but like pop is the most mainstream thing. So everyone references what pop artists do. But it's not the same, you know, not yet. So,
um well it's been a while that you've been able to play live. Um but I was kind of wondering of the new album if there's like one particular song that really pops out for you, like that I really look forward to play this live.
yes, yes, for sure. I mean, every song, because we've played most of them acoustic now for live streams, and it's like you really have to hold back. So, for example, Curse or Cure, it's quite like intense and in your face. And to sing it acoustic, I mean, I have to like change the whole melody up because I have to stand up and like belt it to really get it. When I'm sitting down with my acoustic, like I have to tone it down. And so that's one that I'm excited to just go for. And Brittle, Last One Standing, all the singles, I'm like, I want to feel the real thing. And we actually are going to do a virtual show, an Amorphous release party. That will be happening April 10th, I believe. Yeah, so yes, that is happening. So excited. I am practicing. We're getting that ready. It's gonna feel so good to finally sing these songs live.
Yeah, it'll be cool to at least like be able to do it in some way.
Exactly. It's better than
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that basically answers the next question I had in mind about next plans.
Yep. That's all our focus. It's a big
Yeah.
undertaking. So yeah, we're excited.
Yeah, if you want to do it well and if you want to stick out with the live streaming thing, you just have to like really hone down on it, like really focus on it and make it something really cool. Because there's so many
Yeah.
bands that do it.
We've been talking to a lot of friends because we've had other, you know, bands and friends doing it. And I've just been
Yeah.
calling them up and being like, what do you recommend? What worked for you? What was a catastrophe? You know, because it's a unique time for everyone in the industry to be figuring out the same things at the same time. So
Yeah.
trying to draw on other people's experience to make this a really awesome event for our fans.
Well, something to look forward then.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Well, I guess we can sort of round this up. Anything you would like to share still?
I appreciate your questions. I love talking to you because it's so different from normal interviews. You know, you're much more just chill about it, conversational. It's not like just a bullet point of questions and then we're done. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, I really like talking with artists, like they're people,
That's great. That's
just having a chat.
so what of that?
I mean, I always have my bullet points and my questions and like that I try to hit, but I just want to have like a nice conversation with someone, and it just makes it so much more fun for both of us.
Right, especially during COVID. These interviews that I'm doing in like my
Yeah.
office every day, these are my main form of social contact right now. So. That's why I always love getting to go back and forth, and I get a little chatty sometimes with the interviewers because I'm like, this is the only new person I get to talk to today, so make this good.
Yeah, I think it's like that for a lot of people. I've had a couple of interviews that, like, once we rounded up the interview, we basically went on for another, I think, half an hour or something.
That's the best. I love
Yeah.
that. That means you're good at what you do.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I try.
Yeah, awesome. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay, well, lots of success with all you do. And hopefully we will be able to meet again for real sometime.
That'd be great. Our Spotify analytics keep coming back that Helsinki is a big market for us. So I expect we'll be getting to tour there as soon as we can.
Good. Like last time you said quicker than was it 6 years, or it was like a long time between your last time you were in Helsinki and the time before? You were joking like, yeah, this time we're gonna be here quicker.
Oh God. Did I do that? We better be there like within a year or I'm just gonna explode.
Yeah, let's hope everything allows it to.
Right, like we'll do a US tour as soon as,
Yeah.
it's safe to do so. We'll do that obviously before Europe. But
Yeah.
I'm guessing as soon as they allow the Americans to enter back into Europe, we'll be there. For sure.
All good. Well, hope to see you soon.
Awesome. Well, it's good to see you, and
Yeah.
best of luck with that thesis for your wife.
I will tell her.
Okay, so good. Bye.
Bye. Have a good day.
You too.